Welcome back to Talk Tickers, the show where we like to take earnings calls and break them down so you don't have to. And today we are diving deep into the world of cloud communications with RingCentral's latest report.
Yeah, this should be fun.
It should be fun. It's going to be interesting to see how they're doing.
Absolutely. And AI is just the hot topic.
It's everywhere.
It is. It's everywhere.
So I'm sure that will come up quite a bit in this deep dive.
Yeah, they've been talking about AI for a little while now, so it'll be interesting to see how that kind of all plays into this.
Yeah, so why don't we jump right into it?
Let's do it.
Let's start with the numbers. RingCentral, they closed out the year with a strong fourth quarter. They brought in $615 million in revenue.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's an 8% jump year over year.
Wow.
And they exceeded expectations. So
That's always good.
that's always a good thing.
Always a good thing.
And they also hit a record free cash flow of $112 million for the quarter.
Nice.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all.
And for the full year, revenue climbed 9% to $2.4 billion.
It's impressive.
It is impressive.
Yeah.
It looks like their multi-product strategy is starting to pay off with new offerings like RingCX and their AI product RingSense, making some serious waves.
Yeah, I think that multi-product strategy is really smart, especially when you look at the competitive landscape,
Absolutely.
because, they are still the leader in UCaaS, holding steady at about 20% market share.
Right.
But giants like Microsoft and Zoom are coming for them.
Yeah, they're breathing down their neck.
They are.
So speaking of competition, let's talk about this AI frenzy. RingCentral's CEO, Lad Schmunis, called AI the mother of all megatrends.
Bold statement.
It is a bold statement, but they're backing up their words with action, rolling out new AI-powered products.
For sure.
One that caught my eye is the RingCentral AI Receptionist, or AR for short.
Air like air.
They are like air.
Okay, got it.
Imagine a digital employee answering calls, scheduling appointments, and even routing calls based on the context of the conversation, not just a name or extension.
That's pretty impressive if it works as well as, they say it does.
Right.
That raises the question, though, can AI really replace human interaction in customer service?
It's a good question. It's still early days, but I think some early signs are promising.
Yeah, for sure.
RingCentral highlighted one of their customers, Southwire, who saw significant cost savings and efficiency improvements after implementing AR.
Okay, so it's not just hype. There's some actual real-world results.
Right. And, AI isn't their only focus.
No.
RingCX, their native contact center solution, more than doubled its customer base in the fourth quarter, reaching over 700 customers.
Wow, that's incredible.
It is incredible. And they're reeling in some big fish like GenPact, a global professional services firm.
Okay, I've heard of them.
Apparently, GenPact chose RingCentral because they offer a combined UCaaS and CCaaS solution, which is a fancy way of saying they handle both employee and customer communications.
Right, breaking down those walls.
Yeah, and they can even do it in highly regulated markets like India.
So it sounds like they're really hitting the mark on a lot of different fronts here.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
But
how about the cold, hard numbers?
Yeah, let's get to the numbers.
What's their guidance for 2025 looking like?
Well, RingCentral expects their subscription revenue to grow between 5% and 7% in 2025, with total revenue growth between 4% and 6%. They're also projecting a whopping $500 million in free cash flow for the year.
So they're in a good spot to pay down debt, buy back shares, and you guess invest even more in AI.
It sounds like they are really kind of setting themselves up for long-term success here. They're playing it smart. They're balancing growth with financial stability.
It does seem that way.
Their focus on profitability is also really noteworthy.
Yeah.
They've been steadily improving their operating margins and significantly reducing stock-based compensation.
Fine.
This signals that they're really maturing as a company and prioritizing sustainability, which is always a good sign for investors.
Speaking of investors, let's have some fun and come up with a completely outrageous yet somehow plausible trade idea based on what we've learned today.
Okay, let's do it.
And remember, this is not financial advice, just some speculative thinking. What if we bet on a future where AI receptionists get so good at their jobs that they start upselling customers?
I like where your head's at.
Imagine AIR analyzing a caller's tone
Yeah.
and need to taste, then suggesting additional products or services.
Interesting.
RingCentral could become a sales powerhouse, driving revenue through the roof.
Yeah, who needs a sales team when you have an army of AI receptionists closing deals left and right?
Right, exactly. So maybe that's a bit far-fetched.
Yeah.
But you do have a point. AI has the potential to really disrupt traditional sales models.
For sure.
While we can't predict the future, it'll be interesting to see how AI shapes the way companies like RingCentral interact with their customers and generate revenue.
I think that's a great point and a great place to wrap up part one of our deep dive into RingCentral's latest earnings call.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground from their strong financial performance to their ambitious product roadmap and, of course, their bold bets on AI.
It's been a good discussion.
What stood out to you the most?
I think their commitment to a multi-product strategy is really paying off, especially with RingCX gaining traction so quickly.
Yeah, and they're not afraid to invest heavily in AI.
That's right. And at the same time, they're not sacrificing profitability, which is a good sign.
Absolutely. So stay tuned for part two, where we'll dig even deeper into RingCentral's product roadmap and explore how they're leveraging AI to stay ahead of the competition.
Can't wait. Welcome back to Talk Tickers. So let's jump right back into our deep dive into RingCentral.
Okay, sounds good.
Where we left off was their product roadmap and, how they're setting themselves up for the future with their approach.
Yeah, and we touched on their multi-product strategy earlier. It seems like that's really gaining momentum, especially with the success they're seeing with RingCX.
Yeah, RingCX is definitely a shining star for them, more than doubling its customer base in the last quarter alone.
It's incredible.
It really is, but what's interesting is that, it's not just about adding more products, it's about, seamlessly integrating them to create a truly unified communications experience for their customers.
Yeah, that whole idea of breaking down the silos between how employees communicate internally and how they interact with customers, that's where I think things get really interesting.
Right, it's about connecting everything.
Yeah.
And RingCentral is essentially betting on a future where all forms of business communication, whether it's voice, video messaging, or even contact center interactions, all live harmoniously on a single platform.
Sounds pretty good.
It does sound good.
In theory.
In theory.
Right.
And AI plays a crucial role in making that vision a reality.
You're right. AI seems to be the glue that's holding it all together.
Yeah.
It's enabling intelligent automation, allowing for more personalized experiences, and providing deeper insights across the entire communication lifecycle.
It's true. AI can analyze conversations to identify customer sentiment, provide real-time coaching to agents, and automate routine tasks.
Yeah, which, frees up human agents to focus on more complex issues and deliver better customer service.
Exactly. It's all about augmenting human capabilities, not replacing them entirely.
I like that, yeah.
It's working with people, not against them.
Okay, so far so good. But I'm curious, how does RingCentral's approach to AI differ from what other players in the market are doing? What's their unique selling proposition, so to speak?
Well, they have a massive advantage when it comes to data.
Data, that's always the key, right?
Always. It's all about data. They're handling billions of minutes of voice traffic every single day.
Yeah, billions.
Billions with a B.
That's a lot of data.
That's a gold mine of information that they can use to train and refine their AI models.
So they're not just relying on some generic AI algorithms. They're tailoring their AI solutions specifically to the nuances of business communications.
That's right. Their deep understanding of the communications landscape allows them to develop AI tools that are highly relevant and effective for their target market.
So they're not just throwing AI at the wall and seeing what sticks. They're being strategic about it.
Very strategic. Okay, that's good.
Now, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the competitive landscape. RingCentral is up against some heavy hitters like Microsoft and Zoom. How are they holding their own against these giants?
It's a tough battle, no doubt about it, but RingCentral does have a few key advantages.
Okay, lay them on.
Okay, first, they're laser focused on the cloud communications space. This is their bread and butter, and they've built a deep expertise in this area over many years.
Whereas their competitors have a much broader portfolio.
Right.
They might not be as specialized when it comes to cloud communication specifically.
Exactly. Their focus is much broader.
Okay.
Second, RingCentral has a long history of innovation. They've consistently pushed the boundaries of what's possible in cloud communications, and they show no signs of slowing down.
And their embrace of AI is a testament to that commitment to innovation.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to experiment and try new things.
They're not afraid to take risks.
Which is good. That's what you got to do in this business.
That's how you stay ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. And third, RingCentral has cultivated a strong partner ecosystem. They've built relationships with key players like global service providers.
Smart.
Which gives them a wider reach and distribution.
Yeah, they're not trying to go it alone.
They're leveraging the power of partnerships to expand their market presence.
It's a good strategy.
So it sounds like they're playing the long game, building a solid foundation for future growth.
They are.
But let's talk about the financial implications of their product roadmap. How's all this innovation going to translate into actual results? how's it going to affect their bottom line?
That's the million-dollar question. They're certainly investing heavily in R&D and new product development,
Right.
but will it pay off?
That's the question.
Well, we're already seeing positive results. Their multi-product strategy is driving growth, and their AI-powered solutions are attracting new customers and allowing them to expand what they offer to their existing clients.
Yeah. But I'm also thinking about the impact on their profitability.
Right.
These new products and AI initiatives, they require significant upfront investment.
They do, that's true, but their focus on operational efficiency and disciplined spending is helping them maintain healthy margins.
Okay.
So they're not just, spending recklessly.
Right. And we can't forget about their strong free cash flow generation that gives them the flexibility to invest for the future without sacrificing profitability.
It does. It allows them to kind of, walk that tightrope between investing for growth and also maintaining profitability.
It's a balancing act for sure.
It is.
Before we move on to part 3, let's recap some of the key takeaways from our discussion about RingCentral's product roadmap and their embrace of AI.
Okay, sounds good.
So we saw how they're executing on a multi-product roadmap, integrating UKs and CKs seamlessly to offer a unified communication solution.
Right, bring it all together.
And they're not just slapping AI onto their products for the sake of it. They're leveraging it to create intelligent automation, personalize experiences, and extract valuable insights from all that data they're collecting.
You're using it strategically.
Right.
Which is what you want to see.
Exactly. And they're facing some stiff competition.
Yeah, they are.
But they have key advantages. Deep expertise in cloud communications, a track record of innovation, and a strong network of partners.
And they're not afraid to partner, which is good.
Yeah, they're not afraid to partner, and importantly, they're being financially disciplined.
Right.
Which allows them to invest in the future while maintaining profitability. That's a tough balance to strike.
It is a tough balance, but they seem to be doing it well.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Welcome back to Talk Tickers. So we've explored RingCentral's financial performance, their multi-product strategy, and their commitment to AI. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty and talk about the potential risks and opportunities that lie ahead for them.
Yeah, every investment comes with its own set of risks and rewards,
Right.
and RingCentral is no different.
It's a balancing act for sure.
It is.
So let's start with the risks. What are some of the headwinds that could potentially derail their growth story?
Well, I think competition is always a major concern in the tech world, right?
Right.
I mean, they are facing some intense pressure from established players like Microsoft and Zoom.
Who have deep pockets and vast resources at their disposal.
Exactly. And they're not just competing on features and pricing.
They're also battling for mind share in the market.
They are. It's all about brand recognition. And, RingCentral needs to constantly innovate and find ways to differentiate themselves to stay ahead of the curve.
Another potential risk I see is the execution of their multi-product strategy. They've launched several new products recently, but can they effectively cross-sell and upsell these offerings to their existing customer base?
Yeah, it's a good point. Integrating multiple products seamlessly and making sure they're all working together to deliver a cohesive customer experience. That's a challenge.
It's a bit like juggling.
It is.
They need to make sure they don't spread themselves too thin and lose focus on what they do best.
Absolutely. Focus is key.
And then there's the wild card of AI.
AI, always a wild card.
It is. It's such a rapidly evolving field.
It is, and we're still figuring out the long-term implications for businesses.
Makes you wonder, could AI disrupt their business model in ways we can't even foresee right now? Or will they be able to harness its power to their advantage?
I don't know. It's a really good question. Only time will tell.
Right.
But I will say that RingCentral seems to be approaching AI with a good balance of enthusiasm and pragmatism. They're not jumping in blindly.
Yeah, they seem to be doing it strategically and thoughtfully.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so we've talked about the risks. Now let's look at the other side of the coin and explore the potential opportunities that are out there for RingCentral. What are some of the tailwinds that could propel their growth even further?
Well, I think the shift towards hybrid work is a huge opportunity for RingCentral.
Yeah, their cloud-based communication solutions are perfect for a workforce that's becoming increasingly distributed and mobile.
Right. More and more companies are embracing remote and flexible work arrangements.
And RingCentral is in a prime position to capitalize on this trend.
They are.
Absolutely. Another opportunity lies in the growing adoption of AI by businesses across all industries.
Right.
RingCentral's AI-powered solutions could become essential tools for companies looking to automate tasks, improve efficiency, and gain a competitive edge.
Absolutely. I mean, AI has the potential to revolutionize the way businesses operate, and RingCentral is at the forefront of that revolution.
And it's not just about riding the AI wave.
No.
They're actively shaping it by developing new solutions that address the evolving needs of businesses.
Right, they're not just following the trend, they're setting the trend.
Exactly. And let's not forget about the potential for international expansion. RingCentral already has a global presence, but there's still a lot of room for growth in emerging markets.
For sure, as businesses around the world embrace digital transformation, RingCentral could very well become a global leader in the cloud communications space.
Absolutely. Now, for the fun part,
Okay.
let's brainstorm some potential trade ideas based on everything we've learned about RingCentral today.
Yep. I'm ready.
And remember, this is not financial advice, just us speculating and thinking out loud.
Always good to remind people of that.
What if we bet on their ability to successfully upsell RingCX to their existing UKS customers?
Interesting.
If they can get a high attach rate, it could significantly accelerate their revenue growth.
Yeah, that's a solid idea. Their integrated approach to UKS and CKS gives them a real advantage, and their competitive pricing strategy for RingCX could make it a very attractive option for businesses looking to streamline their communications.
Another trade idea could be to bet on the long-term potential of their AI initiatives. If their AI-powered solutions gain widespread adoption, it could drive significant revenue and margin expansion down the road.
Yeah, but that's a higher risk, higher reward play, right? I mean,
Right.
AI is still in its early stages, and it's tough to predict how it will all shake out in the long run. But RingCentral's early mover advantage and their deep expertise in communications could definitely give them an edge.
Let's go to Fan. All right, so time to wrap up our deep dive into RingCentral's latest earnings call. What are your final thoughts on this company and its future?
Well, I think RingCentral is a company in transition. They're moving from a UKS-centric business to a multi-product company with a strong focus on AI. They're facing some big challenges, but they're also presented with some really exciting opportunities.
It's a dynamic and rapidly evolving industry,
It is.
and RingCentral is definitely one to watch.
I think so too.
And as always, before we sign off, remember that this is not financial advice.
Right, it's for entertainment purposes only.
Always do your own research and consult with a financial professional before making any investment decisions.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, thanks for joining us on Talk Tickers for this deep dive into RingCentral. We hope you found it insightful and engaging. Until next time, happy investing.
See you next time.